Hey everybody, today we're going to do a ThrOG 3.0 startup procedure. We've talked about this in other videos in the past, but today we're actually going to step up how this thing starts up. The idea was, a lot of people have simulators, flight simulators and whatnot, but all the buttons and switches and things, they go to things in the game. I wanted the actual overall sim pod to have like a startup procedure, like an actual vehicle of some sort. So that's what we have here, all these buttons and things. The very first thing we have, down here on the left. Now this switch is obviously pulled out like some kind of distended eyeball. It will be mounted higher in a better place later. It's here now because I added it as an afterthought. But when you kick it on, just a rotary switch here. We got the switch. It also has a horn. That's a cat deterrent device. But when it turns on, as you can see, this panel right here lights up. These are handwritten labels. They're ugly, but I'll have these. These will be backlit later. These will be much nicer. They're just for my use right now. These are thermal take fan controllers for PCs. They're set to fit in a 5¼ inch drive bay. I have them freestanding here. The top ones are for lights inside the chassis. The bottom ones are for fans that ventilate the chassis and keep things cool when I'm in here working. So we can turn some lights on here. These will light up the pedals underneath. And since I can control the voltage from 0 to 12 volts, I can make these dimmer if I want. I can even make them blink, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Anyway, I got some overhead ones. Come out. A couple of these aren't connected yet, but we do have backlighting for the panel over here as well. And then we have the fans. And again, I can control the RPMs on the fans by the voltages. And the faster they spin, the cooler I get, but the louder they get, so it'll be a balancing act. But one of the reasons I wanted that rotary switch was the idea that I could set these lights and fans where I wanted them, and then not have to mess with them anymore. When I want them off, I just turn the switch off. It's like presets for the lights and fans. So the first thing we have to do is turn on the lights so we can see what we're doing. Then over here on the right hand side, we have the custom control panel I put together. We're going to need to turn on the 49-inch monitor. We're not going to turn on the top 24-inch monitors because those are hooked to a laptop that we're not demonstrating today. But we'll need all of our USB hubs. We'll need the butt kicker. Let's see, we're not going to do VR, but we'll need the subwoofer and the sound system. Then we have switches here for the USB peripherals. And I'm not using these, but just for demonstration purposes. We got flight stick, throttle, orb weaver, 60% keyboard, 100% keyboard, mouse. There's nothing on auxiliary right now. Gear shifter, steering wheel, headphones. That's my sound blaster, sound mixer, phone charger, our head tracker, stream deck. These don't go to anything yet. These will be webcams and microphones. Eventually. See, that one doesn't even work. It's a work in progress. So now everything's lit up. Over here we got a key switch, like an ignition switch for a car. Flip that up. Power button. That powers up the PC. Here she comes. Go ahead and turn these lights out. There we go. Now we have a thumbprint scanner right here, but I've got a cut on my thumb, so I don't know if it'll read it or not. There we go, it took it this time. Cool. So now everything's booted up. I also have this remote control light switch here. This turns out the room lights. And as this boots up, you can bring this in closer. This brings the whole chassis in a little bit. That's not the game I wanted. wanting MechWarrior. Let's try that again. Here we go. This monitor is nice. It's a Samsung 49-inch ultra curved G9. A couple other things we have. We got the 60% keyboard here. This is for typing when I'm streaming in chat rooms, Discord, that sort of thing. If I want to do more typing with my writing or web design, I've got a full-size keyboard here that comes out like so. Clackety clack, don't talk back. Got a microphone up here. For streaming, podcasts, that sort of thing. And here we are, got MechWarrior. Move this guy up. Oh, we need sound. Little butt kicker action. And all that remains now is to close up the pod and turn out the lights.
Attention.